You hear great jazz on G with the best of jazz, up-and-coming jazz, smooth jazz, and smooth afternoon.
If you can't get enough of jazz and you live in the Quad Cities area, tune in to KALA, St. Ambrose University in Davenport, Iowa, at 88.5 on the FM dial. Along with some of that great smooth jazz, you'll hear a lot of great jazz programming.
And programming in other great music formats.
Like blues, urban, including rap. Also classic R&B and Motown with David Baker on Rewind, Friday nights at 6 p.m. Central. In addition, you get programming in Spanish and some great gospel programming too. For more information on that great programming you'll hear, check out their schedule at www.sau.edu/KALA. Even if you don't live in the Quad Cities area, you can enjoy KALA anywhere in the world with their internet stream. Connect with KALA. Listen and enjoy.
America's Street Music is back on GJRB Bluegrass with the Grasscolds, Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys, and so much more. So it's time to bring it back, and on more often. It's Bluegrass Jubilee Freestyle with all the great songs you heard before and some new up-and-coming stars with some emerging bluegrass. Also, some all-time gospel favorites too. Every third Saturday at 2 o'clock Central on GJRB. The mainstream media is not telling you the truth. They have their own agenda. At GJRB, I have mine, telling you what's really going on with sources like End Time Headlines, InfoWars, Coast to Coast AM, and most importantly, CBN News, keeping you on top of what's happening at the top and bottom of each hour during the Gary Rustin program. I'll give you the news and analysis of what I think with Gary J's News and Comment. Get the real news. True news. News that's not in the mainstream. On GJRB.
Okay, we're back. Gary J Sports Page on GJRB as we wind down the program for today. Got the last part here, and we'll be wrapping up our program. And I hope you're enjoying the program, whatever you're doing this afternoon. Hope you're enjoying listening to some of the sports talk on Gary J Sports Page on GJRB Online on Spreaker on this Saturday afternoon. And of course, we're wrapping up our Sports Page show for today. We'll be ending it up and finishing off the program, and give you a chance to talk about what you want to talk about today on Sports Page. But right now we're going to, in about 4 minutes or so, we'll do another score update. And of course, as the show is winding down, this is freestyle day today. Of course, always freestyle on Saturdays and on the weekends here on GJRB Online. GJRB Freestyle Weekend. We're just never know what's going to happen on live radio. that's all there is to it. You never know what's going to happen on live radio. It usually happens here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker. And we're going to take a look at some scores coming up here in just a few moments. And then we're going to do another scroll through social media on Facebook and Twitter, and maybe a little bit on Google Plus too. And we're going to take a look at some of the scores here as we get back into here. And I'm Gary J. Rustin. Hope you're enjoying the program wherever you're listening across America and around the world on GJRB Online. Let's do it again, because we're going to do this a lot more often. I love doing the Sports Page on Saturdays, and we're going to leave it wide open for you because we always do non-stop talk, and it's so much fun doing it too. And not really getting any, I got the GJRB cell over here, and not getting any callers on it, but you're welcome to get in on it. And of course, responses on the GJRB. I'm on the GJRB DJ console on the web-based. So when you get in there, I usually can click right here onto the umbrella, and it says nobody here. So, but if you leave a message, I can, and I I'm also on the public site at the same time. So I look to see if there's any listeners, and if I see a number up, I'll try to get you. So if you want to say hello to you that way, and then we get responses that way as well, that's cool too. So we're going to do now at about 19, close to 20 after, is we're going to do another sports score update, because it's time for that right now. And let's take a look at some of the action. First of all, in the NCAA, we are in 1-1 left. Defeated by 10 over Arizona. Arizona 70, Arizona State 60. We got 12:48 left in the first in Kansas, and that's a fresh game. 20 Kansas right now, because it's 5 o'clock. They just started those games up. Kansas right now 21, Oklahoma State 15. 12:48 left in the first. You got a tie up between Oregon and Oregon State. Missouri State right now 13-16 left in the first, and just got a score there. Missouri State 15 and Wichita State 10. And let's see, that is Marcus McDuffie, I guess that's pronounced it. Offensive rebound. So they are doing real good there, 15-10, and that is in the, that's 15-10, no, 17-15 now, that's a quick one, 17-15, Kansas over Oklahoma State, 12, Missouri State 12, Wichita State 2, coming up tonight, Duke will play North Carolina, Pacific will play Gonzales, Washington State over UCLA, Portland will play St. Mary's, and finishing off Villanova beating Georgetown 81-55, Kentucky over Texas A&M 71-63, and it was Virginia over Pittsburgh 67-42. Let's see, Vanderbilt over Florida 73-71. Seton Hall over Butler. Butler. Yeah, I think it's Butler. Okay, 70-64. It's just the way it happened there. And let's see. I do want that. Let's see here. Oh yeah, down a ways. Looks like that's a big score. SMU right now over Memphis. They won that game 103-62, and Baylor beating Texas 75-64 on the sports page. So that's pretty good, man. There's some good basketball action there today in the NCAA. How about that? Now let's take a look and see what is going on in baseball. Now let's do that. Final. It's now a final. 9-3. Cubs win. Winning pitcher was Anderson. He's 1-0. And Stewart 0-1, 18.9. And Bryant had a home run. All right. Cubs are doing well on their way to maybe having a great season again. Bottom of the 8th right now, Cleveland over Oakland, 15-5. Atlanta, this is the final. Atlanta got beaten by Philadelphia 7-4. So those are some of the scores right now. And Pittsburgh won over Boston 3-2. Atlanta over Miami beat Atlanta 8-6. Baltimore lost Tampa Bay. Oh no, they didn't. Tampa Bay lost to Baltimore 1-0. And that's a look at the scores on Gary J's Sports Page on GJRB. And I love doing the scores. And we give you the score updates every 10 minutes on Gary J Sports Page on GJRB online, and giving you all the scores and all the action going on in all the sports leagues today. It's usually check before I go on the air what games are getting played today, and we kind of go through there and we pick the most important games and who's playing and all that stuff, and give you all the scores to those. So that's how that works. Gary J Sports Page on GJRB Online. If you want to be part of it yet for the last half hour, area code 563-613-4260. We're going to go to the... let's go now. I'm going to slide over to the... what is this? I got two DJ boards up. How is that possible? No, that's not. Okay, never mind. I was going, wait a minute. Let's see. What's I going to get into next? Oh, yeah. We're going to keep on going nonstop this last hour, so if you want to get in on it, we end when we end at about 5:57 Central Time. So we're just going to keep right on talking here on Sports Page, here on GJRB Online. This is the non-stop talk segment on our freestyle weekend here on GJRB Online. So this is giving you a chance to talk sports in the last half hour, and see who might want to be a part of this and join in the conversation. I'd love to hear from you. If you want to talk sports and stuff, you want to talk about Kaepernick and what you think about his stance now. He's going to stand up now for the national anthem. I'll believe that when I see it. I'll believe that when I see it, but you never know. Let's take a look at some more schedules. I was doing that earlier when I got interrupted by scores, so I wanted to get back into that. I was doing the Cubs. And again, they won today, so that's a good thing. So I'm going to go over to the schedule now. The Cubs are going to be in Italy. Now, tell me something about this. They're going to go to Italy. They're going to play a game overseas. March 7th, Tuesday. That's the day we do the Gary Wrestling program. Check into that. Mariners. They play against the Mariners on Thursday, March 9th, 1:05 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That would be 2:05 our time. The Colorado Rockies on March 11th, and they will play the Brewers, Milwaukee, March 14th. Okay, those are some of the games coming up in the Cubs. March 14th, Brewers. Then they play the Diamondbacks on March 15th. They play the Royals. And these are all Mountain Standard Times, but I will give you the right time when I go to the Cubs site. So why don't I just do that, make it simple on us here. I'm going to go to the Cubs site for that one because that is the one we're interested in anyway. I'm going to go to scoreboard here. I want to see if I can find that regular Cubs schedule because I know I saved it somewhere down here and I can't find it. I've got several Cubs stuff here. Yeah, by the way, last Saturday, I want to thank my stepdaughter for that. That was a fabulous birthday cake. I had wrapped it up. We're going to wrap it up today. I think I'm just going to finish it. It's good. All the icing is kind of sweet. I don't really go too much for that sweet icing too much anymore. I used to like that, but not as much anymore. But very good icing on that cake, by the way. Even though stuff is they won, beating the Angels 3-0, and then they played the Reds today. Let's see. This is March last year. Never mind. I want to go to 2017 here. Let's go to the Martyr. Let me see. Move up to 2017. I'm on the wrong year. I figured there's something odd about that. Okay. Okay. Here we go. All right. Let's go to Let's go to March. Okay. Game just finished. It was 9-3. Earlier today, earlier this week, they had their start of their preseason action. They beat the Royals 7-3. Lost to the Reds 6-2. The Reds they lost to the Reds again 8-4, but they won today. Tomorrow they play against the Rangers. 2:05 game start against the Rangers. They play the Angels on Monday. That's a 2:10. And then they play in Italy versus Italy's WBC. Interesting. Then they have a day off on the 8th and then play the Seattle Mariners at 2:05. And I'll be checking to see if any of these games are radio games for our 9-foot signal, because I want to start carrying the games. Mariners again 2 to 10 p.m. Central Time, and they play the Rockies next Saturday. Okay. So that is the Cubs schedule there. Okay. Now I'm going to drop over to the next team, which I had promised I was going to. Team that I was going to play. I won't be able to cover all the teams I said I was going to cover, but we'll try to do the best we can. And then when we do I'll give you the website to the MLB so you can have a look at it. The Pirates, that's in the Grapefruit League. We're going to take a look at the Pittsburgh Pirates real quick, and I'll give you their schedule because I'm from Pittsburgh and I do want to follow the Pirates this year. As much as I can from here, and take a look at their schedule for games coming up, scores in that. They play the Yankees on Monday at 1:05 Eastern Time. Then they play the Braves on March 7th at 1:05 Eastern Time. Then they go to the Dominican Republic. Now the Cubs are going to Italy. They're going to go to the Dominican Republic. The Pirates are going to go to the Dominican Republic for a game on March 8th with a 1:05 game start. And then the Rays, the Devil Rays, they will play that on Friday, March 10th with a 1:05 start. And so there you go. That is the Pittsburgh Pirates spring training schedule for the next couple of weeks. Let's take a look further on and see what's coming up further on here. This is from Lecombe Park, which I believe is Bradenton, Florida. Yep. Bradenton, Florida, the home for the Pirates. Okay, coming up, they got some games against Baltimore. We played the Toronto Blue Jays, the Devil Rays, the Tigers, and the Red Sox, and the Phillies coming up. The Twins, Sunday, March 12th. That's at 1:05. Then they play Baltimore on the 15th. That's a 1:05 start. 1:05 start again on Friday, March 17th. That's St. Patrick's Day. They play the Blue Jays on the March 19th. That's a 1:05 game start. The Devil Rays for 3 games. Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. March 21st, and then on the 24th and 25th, all 1:05 starts. And then they play the Minnesota Twins on March 27th, 28th, and March 27th and 28th. And then they have a game against the Phillies on March 29th at 1:05 p.m. So those are some of the games in the spring training action for baseball, the Pirates. And so there you go. Some of the preseason baseball action. What's going on in the preseason with the Pittsburgh Pirates, and of course we did the Cubs. And let's see. Let's do the Cincinnati Reds. I'd like to see what foreign country they're going to go to. Yeah, I wonder about that one. So let's kind of bounce back to that. Okay, Cincinnati Reds. Let's go to that page and pick Cincinnati Reds. Cincinnati. Okay, let me see here. It looks like it is Cincinnati. They're in the Cactus League. Okay, so Cincinnati's in the Cactus League. And here is, now this is Indians. This is Cleveland. Okay, let me go back. Let's see, find the Reds. Here we are. That's, okay. We'll go Cincinnati Reds here, as soon as I find it. Oh, here it is, Cincinnati Reds. They are in the, okay. So let's take a look at their schedule coming up. Okay. Now they play, they got games against the Royals, the Angels, and the Rockies, and the Brewers. Okay, that's coming up in the next few games. They have a game with, let's see if it comes up. Okay, they got a game with, they got the game against the Indians, then they play the Giants, then they play the White Sox, and then they play our Cubs. February 25th against the Indians. That's a 105 game start. That's over. Okay, let's go further down. We're in March. Okay, here we go. March today, March 4th. So let's go from that, from today's date. And they played the Royals today. So we go to March 7th. They play another game with them. Angels at March 8th at 105 Mountain Time. The Rockies on March 10th at 605 Mountain. The Brewers on March 12th at 105 Mountain. The Athletics, they play on March 13th at 105 Mountain. The Padres, 105 Mountain, and 605 Mountain for the Indians. They play the Rangers, the Angels, the Cubs again on March 22nd, the Brewers, the Mariners, the Dodgers, and the Indians. So there you go. Spring training action for the Cincinnati Reds. You got Gary J. Russell with you as we wrap up our sports page. We've got about everybody's about 22 minutes left of our program. So I thought what we'd do here now is talk a little bit about our program schedule coming up for this week. We're not going to be on the air this week. Here's where do we go? This week, Tuesday, the Gary Russin program. Tuesday afternoon at 3 o'clock Central Time here on GTRB Online. The Gary Rustin program, got a great show lined up and promoting that. We're going to talk about the Oscars, the goof up at the Oscars. I guess some people got into big trouble over that. Yeah, there was a whole big fuss over that. The people who gave out the wrong winner in that movie, which picked La La Land over, what was the name of that other film? Anyway, they got into big trouble over that. And so wonder what's going to come of that. Anyway, they're going to pick a new firm, a new accounting firm over that whole ordeal. But anyway, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some other things, including, did you hear about you remember her? You remember her? Oh yeah, Rachel Dolezal. Remember her? We talked about her on this program quite often. Rachel Dolezal, she was in the news for claiming to be black. Remember, she wanted to be black, so she called herself black, and now apparently she is out of the job, can't find a job, could be homeless pretty soon, and collecting food stamps. So we're going to talk about Rachel Dolezal. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to have a lot of other stuff. So join me live, 3 o'clock p.m. Central Time, Tuesday, right here on GTRB Online for the Gary Russin program. We've got a great show lined up for you. Next weekend is our Big Jazz Weekend here on GTRB Online. We're going to have a great broadcast starting Friday afternoon, the 17th. We're going to be on live with some smooth jazz, smooth afternoon. And then we're going to have jazz on our local side pretty much through the whole evening and night. And then the next day, we're going to have some more jazz. And then next Saturday night at around, I'd say 8 o'clock Central Time, we're going to do the best of jazz. Got a great show lined up for you, including the music and featuring the music of the, remember recent passing of Al Jarreau. I'm going to play some Al Jarreau for you on this show. Like that. Passing of Al Jarreau, we're going to feature Al Jarreau on the best of jazz. That's coming up. That'll be coming up next weekend. Next Saturday night, right here. The best of jazz here on GJRB Online. Artist, great music. He was known for the theme to the TV show Moonlighting. One of my all-time favorites, by the way. That's a show that never gets rerun. That's another one of those shows that somehow, for some reason, they just don't rerun it. Have you noticed that one? That was another show that they never play. Yeah. So we'll talk about that one. Al Jarreau next weekend on Swing Time. Swing Time. Next weekend on the Best of Jazz. Speaking of Swing Time, we'll talk about that coming up here in a few minutes. So after that, we'll be not on the air that following week until St. Patty's Day, when we have the last 7 days at 1 o'clock Central Time, followed by Way Out There, the strange, the bizarre, the unusual. Once again, we'll be talking about, I got some strange stuff too. I've been looking at this. Now, get this. As a matter of fact, I think it's on my, Facebook page. I'm going to go to that real quick here, because there's a story on there that I want to talk about pretty quick. This is pretty wild. Way out wild. If they're exposing little kids to this, seconds. There's a preschool, and I'm going to find out where that was at. We're on a page here. This is really, really pathetic. See, this is what I mean. Go down the page. Find that story. Should be down here somewhere. We're going to talk about this on Way Out There. We're also going to talk about leprechauns. I'm going to do a little checking on that one. Leprechauns. We're going to talk about that because it's St. Patty's Day. So we're going to get into a little bit about leprechauns, maybe even trolls. Talk about that a little bit. And a whole lot of other weird stuff. We'll have, of course, Strange But True. Got some real good stories there. And see if we can find some more real good stories, including a picture they took of a little girl. Can't remember where this was at. They took a picture of this little girl, and in the background, I think they were fishing. I think somewhere out in the sticks somewhere, and in the background there's a picture of an extra person that was not there originally. A photograph shows of a man in the background smiling. And he's not with them. He's not even in the picture. He's not even with them. But it appears to be a ghost that was there with them. They felt this spirit, apparently. And joys to see kids and their father and their family fishing. They're talking about that one. That's pretty weird. Still looking for that picture. This is really pathetic when you think about it. It's a preschool. Why would they expose little kids to this? But apparently they brought in a Ouija board. Here it is. Parents are upset about it. This is a kindergarten in, I'm not sure if it's Pittsburgh or not. I'm going to check on that real quick. Because this is wait till that story comes up. Here it is. Okay. It's out of Milwaukee. It's out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I'm going to wait till it folds in, make sure it doesn't play. Usually if the video starts playing. Okay. Okay, it's playing. I don't want it to play. Okay. I could probably shut that off. Okay. I want that off. Okay. Alright, here we go. It comes out of Milwaukee. Parents are upset about it. There's a kindergarten there. A teacher at Zablocki Elementary School in Milwaukee used a Ouija board in the classroom. WISN reported that the mother, who did not want to be publicly identified, wants the teacher fired and is asking the Milwaukee Public School System's officials to do so. We're talking about this on the Gary Rustin program as well on Tuesday, but we'll be talking about it on the way out there come the 17th. So tune in for that. That'll be here on GJRB Online here on Spreaker. That'll be the 17th. Now, that is going to be our last broadcast for about a couple weeks, as we're going to get everything all loaded and fired up for our GJRB Spring Spectacular starting in April. April will be on the air full force with regular GJRB programming. So we're going to have all on there. We'll still have uploads of podcasts, including CCF Church Services, the Bible Study, the last 7 days. We'll still have those uploaded. And we'll have various broadcasts where we might be doing something I've been going to experiment with, and that's continuous automated programming, which we'll do on our studio mixer, which will just be continuous programming, and we'll repeat some of the programs. Now, some of the shows that are disappearing on the GJRB public site will include the Best of the Gary Rustin program, some of the and the one, some of the other Gary Rustin programs, February 7th, all those Gary Rustin programs in the last sports page from January 14th, all leaving the GJRB Spreaker public site. So they'll be going off. And it also will include GJRB Music and Gary J in the afternoon. We'll be having a fresh Gary J in the afternoon for the season, but we will replay that. Of course, those I recycle and turn them into voice tracking. So that's how that goes. But we're going to be getting rid of Gary J in the afternoon and some previous sports pages, the Gary Rustin program, all going off to make room for some new programming for our spring season. So they're all going off as of the last 2 weeks of March. So that during that time, like I said before, we'll be off the air for about a couple weeks and getting revved up for our GJRB Spring Spectacular. I got to record Swing Time, which, like I mentioned earlier, Swing Time is going to be a great show. Now, as I said past couple of times, Swing Time I did on 1945. I started writing that program, and then what happened was I had to delay it a couple times because I got sick. I wasn't feeling well, and I almost had that heart attack back in October, and pretty much everything was put aside, and I just never got around to finishing that Swing Time show. So I decided what I would do is just put that show aside and start all over again with it. And I pretty much had to rewrite it, reconstruct some of the back timing and everything. And I'm almost done with it. I'll be recording that program probably within the final part of March, because it's probably in and around there, because I'm going to get it ready for a Good Friday Easter upload, Easter weekend, Easter weekend, we'll have that uploaded here on GJRB Online. Swing time, 1945. That'll be a good show, so you want to tune in for that. So that'll be coming up. I'll have the promos all adjusted for that, and we'll have that on during our Spring Spectacular, beginning of the whole thing in April. I'll have the April 14th, Friday, Good Friday upload, and it will be published Good Friday night at 8 o'clock Central Time on GJRB. So, swing time. Brand new show, and we're going to play some of the older ones again, too. I want to revisit some of those. So we'll be replaying those in different programming. Now, I plan on doing a programming segment and repeat some of the past programs that we have already deleted too. I'm putting on the list for certain days we'll be on the air and repeating some programs. And I'm going to add some programs onto that as well, and we're going to include some of our live shows in that. So we'll be having continuous programming here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker. And of course, that gets simulcast for 9-foot listeners around our neighborhood who don't have computers, who live within our listening area, on 88.9 megahertz on FM. So it's our 90-foot signal, KGRB, and you'll hear all those programs back. And of course, way out there gets repeated a lot of times. And Sports Page, those shows are also going to go off way out there. The last one we did with that spectacular interview on Planet X. That will be on for a little bit longer. Somebody liked that first part, and I was hoping maybe they were listening to the rest of it. And I thank you for liking that. I don't know who posted a like on that one last Way Out There show. I saw that on my public site. Thank you for liking that program. That was a good show. One of my better Way Out There's, if I do say so myself. It was pretty good. I kind of worked on that one pretty good. So I'm doing a lot more intense show prep for my programs. And according to this one, I'm going to do a lot better with this one too. It has a little bit more work to do on the prep, but it wasn't a bad show. We didn't cover everything. We never really do, but we do cover a good majority of it. We cover the best we can. I usually try to do a lot of it. Like I said before, I try to do everything on my rundown, but if not everything is covered, no big deal. Sometimes I just abort some things too that I really didn't want to do. Or I think there's a story that really wasn't worth doing, I'll take it off and replace it with maybe something different. So, I kind of flip around. Like most broadcasters on the internet or anywhere else, I kind of pick and choose stories. If I feel the story isn't really worth the pain and the bother, I don't do it. Okay, let's see. I didn't do a birthday, and I promised somebody a birthday. I had a birthday on here. Let's see. I don't know if I don't even have a happy birthday on there. So it was. Let's go up here. I believe it's not on here anymore. Oh well. Okay. Then I'm going to close out the program here pretty quick. I thought we'd just kind of do another quick rundown and see if there's anything else new. There's some more scores of games. Okay. Let's see. Let's take a look at that. Okay. Wow, look at that score. 15-5, Cleveland over Oakland. Wow, that's a football score almost, huh? All right. Let's see. I'm going to do a little bit of that. There's scoring on my Facebook. I don't know why I don't just use that. I'm going to go through those when I'm off the air so that I can just do the scores off there. Because I can do that like every 10 minutes and it's right in front of my face. So I'm going to think about that for the next sports page. That would be easier to do that too because it's there, it's right in front of my two-face. Oh, anyway, that's about all there is I have to do about sports. Like I said before, if you have any opinions on Kaepernick and what I said throughout the show today, you can leave me a message on any one of these, either my Facebook, Twitter, Google+, in my on my chat room page, anywhere. If you have anything to say regarding Kaepernick, you can leave it there, and I will look at it, and if I want to respond to it, and I will respond to it, and I might even, if it's real good, include it in my next show. So you can leave a message there. If you have any comments about it, well, just right there, you can leave it, and I will retrieve it for the next show. Okay, so be aware of that, and we'll have it there. So otherwise, that's going to do it for today's sports page, and I'm Gary J. Russin. Just keep forgetting. I keep doing that. I'm doing this show on the FM, and I keep forgetting to bring it up on the board. Okay, let's bring it up. Okay, here we go. That's going to do it for Gary J. Sports Page on GJRB Online. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We had a great time doing the Sports Page show, and we'll do another Sports Page show coming up within about, let's see, the beginning of the new season as we get started on baseball and all that good stuff. We'll have another Sports Page show, a brand new one for the season as we get into our regular program rotation. I'm Gary J. Russell. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed Gary J. Sports Page on GJRB. And we'll have another show coming soon. See you on Tuesday for the Gary Russell program. Until then, have yourself your best weekend ever. Great jazz on GJRB with the best of jazz, up-and-coming jazz, and smooth afternoon. If you can't get enough of jazz and you live in the Quad Cities area, tune in to KALA, St. Ambrose University in Davenport, Iowa, at 88.5 on the FM dial. Along with some of that great smooth jazz, you'll hear a lot of great jazz programming, and programming in other great music formats, like blues, urban, including rap, also classic R&B and Motown with David Baker on Rewind, Friday nights at 6 p.m. Central. In addition, you get programming in Spanish and some great gospel programming too. For more information on that great programming you'll hear, check out their schedule at www.sau.edu/KALA. Even if you don't live in the Quad Cities area, you can enjoy KALA anywhere in the world with their internet stream. Connect with KALA. Listen and enjoy. The mainstream media is not telling you the truth. They have their own agenda. At GJRB, I have mine, telling you what's really going on with sources like End Time Headlines, InfoWars, Coast to Coast AM, and most importantly, CBN News, keeping you on top of what's happening at the top and bottom of each hour during the Gary Russin program. I'll give you the news and analysis of what I think with Gary J's News and Comment. Get the real news, true news, news that's not in the mainstream on GJRB.
That sound more like everyone else than anyone else.
Hey, all right, it's Kip Casper.
Spreaker is the website which turns anyone into a Spreaker is the website which turns anyone into a radio DJ. Log on to Spreaker.com for listening to thousands of radio channels and start creating your own radio today.
Gary Wilson speaking. This is